welcome to 13 and 1. I'm your host, Francis, and you know what that means. It's time to play the game show that thinks it's a talk show, but is really a talk show that's a game show without any prizes. So, that's pretty simple to remember, right? We're here. This is episode number 3. Episode number 3 of 13 and 1, and we have our good friend Kate Worsima here with us, who had to school me on how to properly say her name. And Kate, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Awesome. Thank you. So yes, my name is Kate Worsima. I currently in real life am a teacher, but my hobbies include doing improv and funny things. I've done training through Second City and through Comedy Sports. I've been doing improv in like the suburbs of Chicago and Northwest Indiana for the past 10 years, teaching and acting and directing and all of the things I can do to stay busy and not clean my house.
And you do
About
the
to say.
unicorn of improv comedy, don't you?
The unicorn of improv? Oh, I do also do musical improv. Is
Yes,
that what you're referring to? Yes.
exactly,
I
exactly.
do that with lots of fun people. Some people
Yes.
named Francis.
Oh, yes, I do that too. I'm not the singing part. I'm more of the other part, but they let me hang out. I'm like the mascot, I think.
You sing?
Yeah. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So anyway, Kate, this is the game. This is the show. It's like a talk show, like we said, where I ask you 13 questions, 13 general questions, and then at the end of those 13, you're gonna get to ask me one question.
All
And
right.
so I hope you're prepared. So I try to start off with an easy question.
Okay.
So just so you can get the flavor of what's going on. This is some questions have been asked before. Some are original. Some are geared just to what I know about you, Kate. So
Got it. Love it.
hopefully, if I get to those questions. Anyway, so we are on question number 1. Question number 1. Kate, if you could have a superpower, what superpower would you want to have?
Funnily enough, we actually did like a would you rather with my kids the one day, and this was one of the questions that came up. And a lot of I don't know which one I know which one I don't want off the top of my head. We gave kids options, and one of them was reading people's minds. I don't want that. I think that would be horrible to know what people are constantly thinking about,
Mhm.
and if what they're thinking about you that you don't need to know. So I 100% would not want that. Um, I think I don't want to fly because I don't like heights either.
Yeah, that would be a job killer.
Yeah,
You would pretty much yeah, negate your whole superpower that way.
yeah. So I don't want that. I think maybe like teleporting. Is that a superhero power?
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah, I want to go.
You don't know
Is
anything
that,
about superheroes, do you, Kate?
you
Pretty
want to hear a real true story about
well.
how much I don't know about superheroes?
Yes. Was this like you in a
So
building at all?
first day of school, no, first or second day of school, you're on this big Google Meet,
Mhm.
and they're like, we're gonna get to know all these teachers. And so it was like this stupid, like, hey, when I say your name, I'm gonna ask you a question. You gotta tell me your favorite as quick as you do. And it was like fun ones like dessert and food and vacation spot. And then they get to be, and they're like, favorite superhero. And I literally go blank. And I said, Superwoman.
Ah, ah,
And
ah.
my the other teacher in the room with me literally audibly goes, "That's not a superhero." And I mute and I go, "Is that not a superhero?" I said, "Who's the girl?" And she goes, "Wonder Woman." And I was like, "Oh no."
You could have gone with Supergirl,
I
or
wanted one
Wonder
that,
Woman, or even Wonder Girl.
so
But
it's like I had 4 choices on magnets and I put the only two together that isn't a real thing. So yes, I don't know a lot about superheroes. I've seen a few Marvel movies. I enjoy them. It's not my jam. I don't get it.
that's all right. This doesn't need to be your jam. I mean, you're busy watching, probably some Hallmark Christmas special instead.
I was listening to Christmas music right before I got on this call. So,
So you're the person that makes the 365 Christmas channel on Sirius XM possible.
100%. I will listen to Christmas music. My husband and I have just gotten into a current fight because I informed him it's going up on November 1st this year because I have nothing else to be happy about that the tree's going up.
Oh, your
He,
Christmas tree.
yeah, he does not think it's going up. It's going up on Halloween. Is the sun will go down on Halloween and it will come up on Christmas in my house.
I've already seen Halloween decorations up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're not even a week away we're not even a week away from October. And I try not to keep this dated, but anytime, I think we can safely say that Halloween and decorations, we just can't wait to get there, especially this year. This year, we
Yeah.
can't wait for it to be we are like racing to the end,
We need something. That's what's like you just need if like I don't love Halloween, but I totally get it. Like I have lots. I just got 2 texts from friends today of their house, like their house is all decked out in Halloween. So like you do what makes you happy right now, and if that's putting stuff up in your house, do it.
Sure, sure. So
But we also had pumpkin spice stuff came out. It was like the first week I started school. Like Dunkin' and everything had, and it's like 90 degrees outside.
now the pumpkin, I call it pumpkin, by the way.
That's
I don't
fine.
think
I
pumpkin
can live.
is
Yeah,
like, I don't know what you're talking about. Pumpkin, I know what that is.
pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Okay, good. Now we're speaking languages together.
Exactly. If people can start doing the whole Clinton, kitten, where we don't pronounce it's like a soft T or a hard T.
Yeah,
I'm
soft.
it's pumpkin.
Cool. Down.
You're cool with that?
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay. Question number 2.
Yes.
Number 2. Okay. What is your favorite potato style? Like, what if you were to say how do you like your potatoes?
This is so anxiety causing.
Is it because you don't like potatoes?
No, it's because potato is probably my favorite food of all kind.
Are you Irish? Is that why?
No, I'm like 95% Swedish.
Oh.
Like I should just like meatballs. I'm not Irish at all. Potatoes are my favorite food in any form and kind. Oh God, this is so hard. Off the top of my head, mashed.
Okay.
I do love mashed potatoes. I am making baked potatoes tomorrow. So I'm already excited about that because I have nothing else to be excited about. I like fries. Eric and I went and had dinner last night and he got fries and they were called, oh no, I can't think of the fancy word before, but they must have just taken these fries and dunked them in butter and then fried them and then re-dunked them in butter.
Whoa.
They were
Is
so
there
good.
like a special lab somewhere working on new ways to make a potato meal of some sort? Are there people working on this? Because they need to get them over from that working on COVID.
No, stay on the potato. There are other things we can
potato.
get.
Okay.
Yeah, I will take a controversial stance though.
Yeah.
I don't like hash browns.
Real like, is it because they're too hash browny, or
I don't know. I've just never liked Hush Puppy is just one big hash brown, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like that either. I don't know, or like the McDonald's ones that everybody really likes. Like
You know what I like, and this in my potato, I like the potato skin.
Oh,
I
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I know. There's so many ways to have the potato.
It's the best food.
It is. I mean, and you know what? I think just boiling potatoes is doing an underservice to the potato because that is like, while I've eaten it, and it's okay.
It's fine.
It still does. You don't enjoy the full potato. I don't know. There's something about the fryer and the potato that they were made for each other.
Have you found the joys of an air fryer yet?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Okay, do you do fries in the air fryer?
oh yeah. Absolutely.
That is like the easiest thing. When we bought our air fryer and I was like, I'm gonna try this. And at minimum 2 times a week we're making fries in the air fryer. Minimum. Because it's like, what do we want to eat with this? Oh, I got potatoes, and it's literally like cut it up, put oil on it, throw it in there, and that's all you have to do.
Right. And now that you've done it enough, you know exactly how long it takes. That's the one thing about the air fryer is it's really uniform in how it makes. You just kind of go, maybe flip them once, you boom.
Yeah, that's why I like pull it out, shake, put it back in, done.
So yeah, they're like the easiest, and you can put something else in the oven.
Yeah, that is what's nice.
That is nice. Really? Absolutely. So that's interesting. So all right, number 3. This is one from last week as well, because this is one of my favorites. So okay, have you been to McDonald's lately?
Drive-through, yes.
Okay.
Inside, no.
Okay. Well, who's been inside a McDonald's? I
This
don't
is
remember.
valid.
I'd been inside a McDonald's for 3 years before COVID.
I was just gonna say I can't tell you. I could not put my finger on the last time I was inside a McDonald's.
Well, I don't know if you've heard this, but there's a Travis Scott meal, Cactus Jack. You know what I'm talking about? Have you heard this? Joe Travis Scott is. He's a musician, very popular.
Wait, from what band?
I think himself. He does like.
Oh, he's just a person. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
cool.
Okay. He might have been in a band. I didn't. I don't know that much.
But okay, he's a musician.
He's a musician, singer.
Got it.
So right now they have a Travis Scott meal at McDonald's. It's his developed meal.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a, it's a it's a burger. I think it's a quarter pounder with cheese, pickles, onions, and some bacon on it.
So it's just a quarter pounder with bacon on it, and then it has his
Pickles
name.
and onions and bacon, and then
Okay.
it comes with a side of fries,
Okay.
a side of barbecue sauce to dip your fries in,
I like that.
and a Sprite.
Oh, so it's an all or nothing six.
Well, you can change. I'm sure you can go. Can I have a Travis
Okay.
Scott without the onions? I'm
But
sure.
if you want the full experience, you get the side and you get the specific drink.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, I got you.
Now let me ask you this, Kate. What meal would you? So where would you order a meal? The Kate, where's my meal? Where's my meal?
Whatever. I answer to it. It's literally fine. I got over it. Like a month after I got married, I was like, whatever. It is, it is.
Fast food. What fast food place would I find the Kate or Seema meal at, and what would it be?
Food questions are so hard because I like food so much.
Well, I'll tell you what mine is.
Please.
Think about while you're thinking about your answer.
Please.
Um, I think what I would do is it would be basically a quarter pounder. It would be at McDonald's, and then I'd put on top the egg from the Egg McMuffin. So it'd be a cheeseburger with an Egg McMuffin with another slice of cheese on it. Boom. And then I'd put some fries, maybe a couple of McNuggets, and that honey mustard sauce, and it would be a Diet Coke.
Oh, yeah. That's part of mine also.
Yeah.
Okay.
No
So,
matter how much I order, I could order four meals, and I'd still order a Diet Coke.
100%. Oh my gosh, yeah. You can't drink your calories.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't.
No.
Okay, so I also am assuming we are not trying to be healthy.
Oh no.
And I can cross
We're not getting rid of the fries for the apple dippers, like no caramel.
no.
Caramel if you wanted it, whatever.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna go. I don't know why right now I want this. I would take Wendy's, a Wendy's nuggets,
Mm-hmm.
Frosty,
Mm-hmm.
dunk the nuggets in the Frosty.
Nice.
I would like
So no
a
ketchup or dipping sauce with those.
no, you dunk it in the Frosty.
Okay.
I would take
What
Portillo.
flavor Frosty, by the way? Don't they have vanilla and chocolate?
They do have vanilla and chocolate. Let's go vanilla
Oh.
because I do like vanilla, yeah, more than chocolate. Okay, dunk that in there. I would say a large order of cheese fries from Portillo's. And then I would also say I don't know who has it anymore. So McDonald's used to have Coke Zero, and now they don't. They only have Diet Coke. So I don't know.
For you, Kate. Whatever you want.
Okay, so then I would say like a fountain large Coke Zero.
Okay. All right. See,
That would be-
you don't want to eat your calories. I mean, you don't
Don't
want
eat your calories. I will eat 1,400 calories in a meal and then drink a Diet.
to. All right. So that was question number 3, by the way.
All right, that's a good one.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that Travis Scott meal. I was surprised. I didn't know that they did such a thing.
I'm gonna look that up as soon as we stop. That's super interesting.
All right. How about this one?
Mhm.
If you could have a time machine and you could
Yep.
go back in the past, what piece of advice would you give your younger self, and at what age?
Wow.
This is question number 4.
Oh man, we go from like dunking nuggets in,
Yes.
in ice
You know what?
cream to
It doesn't have, like, you can tell your past. It could be the Kate from like yesterday saying, "Hey, don't do that thing with Francis."
oh, that's my answer. I think this is going to sound negative, but it's not negative. I think I'd go back to middle school,
Okay.
and I think I would tell like like eighth grade to like freshman year, Kate, like cool is not going to happen for you.
I beg to differ. I think it's very
I,
cool.
and that's why I said I don't think it's a negative cool. I think I'm cool my whole own brain. But the how about like standard cool in high school
Oh, okay.
is not going to happen for you, and it is okay.
All right.
Um,
That's
I
fair.
think I really only had a brief because I was like a dork throughout school, but I think there was shocking. I know. Um,
You,
but I think
you sure you don't have that power of reading people's minds?
shut up. That's why I don't want it. That's why I don't want it. But
I
I
think you
think
already have it.
I do. But I think there was a brief moment, like when between like eighth grade, freshman year, like those 2 years where I felt very unsettled because I kept feeling like I wasn't doing enough or I wasn't friends with the right people or I hadn't like found my place and I was trying so hard to just be like what a 14-year-old should be. And then I think by the time I hit like sophomore and junior year and I was like, oh no, like I do plays and like make stupid posters and decorate the school for my friend's birthday. Like that's just who I am as a human. And then I was like, and then after that, I was just like, whatever. Do you have an answer for that one? That's a good one.
What would I go back and tell a past Frankie to like some piece of advice? I would tell him. So I was a fat kid. I was a fat kid growing up, and then between my sophomore and junior year of high school, I lost a lot of weight. So I was then a
Mm-hmm.
thin kid, and I thought that was going to change my life. I thought,
Mm,
oh, now I'm thin. The chicks are going to dig me. Everybody's going to think I'm cool. Life is going to be grand. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. Nothing changed because
I,
it's about
yeah.
who you are. It's not about your outward. I mean, were people nicer to me or did I get invited to more parties? Yeah, maybe a little bit, but it was more about what was inside of me, if I was comfortable with me. And so
Absolutely.
I would have told like practically bulimic anorexic Francis
Oh,
that hey, it's okay, to get thin. It's good for you, but don't expect your life to change until you change on the inside.
oh,
Because
that's a good answer.
because I didn't really understand it all. The
Yeah,
part
yeah.
comes from the pain of being
I,
fat kid.
sometimes I say that, hey, I was significantly bigger when I was younger too. And I had your thing when I was like 21 and I lost like 70 pounds. And like, but no, it's the same thing. But I do sometimes I'm like, when I make a joke and I'm like, oh, that came from the broken part here.
That's from the pain.
The little broken part had to say it.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what, though? I'll be honest with you. I can be really mean to like when I can think mean things, and maybe I even say them out loud, probably just to like my wife, and I shouldn't. Like
Mhm.
if I see somebody that's over, I still think those mean things. That's probably not right.
Yeah.
And wow, I'm really bringing this down, but they're really funny jokes.
Let's go back to ice cream.
What's that?
I said, let's go back to the ice cream. That
I
dunking
just came up with a new
punch.
flavor called respect ice cream.
Oh, I like that.
For fat people.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with showing down on some respect ice cream.
That's right, right. You can never have enough respect.
Can't.
You know what? This might not be a funny joke, but
Okay.
I think we just came up with a new product. Respect.
Respect ice cream?
Yes, you
I
can never
like
have
it.
enough respect.
I like
So, I think that was question number 4. Right?
Okay.
I think we're on question number 5.
All right.
All right. What television show family did you want to belong to
Ooh.
when you were growing up? It could be now or it could have been last week, at any time. And when I say family, I don't mean nuclear family per se. It could be group, like a group of friends. What group
Okay.
did you want to belong to?
Instinctively,
Yes.
I went to the Tanners of Full House because I was obsessed with Full House when I was younger.
Nice.
Obsessed. Um, so I would say that, but then so that would be like me before 18. Me after 18, I would say the cast of Will and Grace.
Okay. All right.
Just because I like that whole friend family aspect of it,
Mhm,
like
mhm.
having a group of just friends. Also, like watching people who live in New York having really big apartments. I was never Friends was never my jam, but
Mhm.
I do love like watching people who live in New York, but then they have beautiful apartments because most people in New York don't have beautiful apartments.
But
Um,
you live in like something that's like one third the size of your basic cruise ship. Uh,
yeah, yeah. So I think maybe, I mean, I think for Will and Grace, it would be the friends family aspect of it, and just like the glamorous, like we live in a beautiful apartment in New York City.
See, for me, well, for me, it would be the crew of Serenity Firefly show, the Spanish
Oh,
Firefly.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would say that would be the group I would like to hang
Is
out with.
is Firefly the one that lasted the one season and everyone's really mad about it?
Correct.
Okay.
They did
So,
the
but that's more of like a friend family one also, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's why I was shaping the answer so I could include this. But it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
No, but I think like so many shows now are that friend group. And that's,
but when I was a kid, you know what group I wanted to be a part of?
who
What's Happening with Raj, Rerun, and Dwayne. I wanted to
I
hang out with them.
I literally, Francis, would pay so much money to go back in time. I want to change my superhero answer.
Okay.
Um, go back in time with you and get you in an episode of that.
I once met Raj. I once met
Oh,
him at like a comic book, like one of those
yeah.
they have all the TV stars, and I wasn't gonna pay for him to sign a picture or anything. I mean, I was really impressed to meet him, but I still, I mean, I have one signed picture from somebody famous, and it's just sitting
Who?
there.
Who? Who?
Oh, it's the stupidest thing. It's from Farscape. Did you ever watch Farscape, the sci-fi show?
No.
And she was the blue chick. I don't even remember her name,
Blue
but I
check.
just thought, I wanted to get her. It was in line, and I got a picture and signed, and well, whatever. Now I can't throw it away because I feel like I'm throwing away something that's could be important someday, but it's not. But anyway,
Yeah.
um, I went up and I shook. I was like really nervous. Like, oh, oh, Raj, I was big. I always wanted to. And yeah, I thought, yeah, he thought I was weird, but he was very nice, very nice.
I had an experience like that. This was, God, probably 10 years ago. When Eric was living downtown and we walked by while he lived like kind of by the loop and we were walking around and that's when there were still Borders bookstores. And we walked past Borders and they were like, today signing her book, Amy Sedaris. And I
Huh?
was like, I'm getting in that line. So
Wow, a
I
lot of
don't
people.
remember what he did. I was like, I'm getting in that line. So I went and bought her book and got in line. And I literally got to the front and I couldn't stop giggling because it's Amy Sedaris. And
Yeah.
she signed my book. And well, she first asked me if I was high. And then she asked me if I could share my drugs with her. And I am so uncool that I don't think words came out. I think I just laughed. And then I bought like her book was like a cooking book or something like that. And she
Filled with
signed it.
humor and good eats.
Oh yes. And she signed it to Kate. Thanks for the pot, Amy Sedaris.
um, I'm going to give you my other brush with great.
Mm-hmm.
Um, why? You know what? You know what? I should do like a memory game before I do this. The darn it, she was a singer.
Yep.
Um, she's on The Voice every once in a while. Little blonde
Uh,
woman.
what color hair?
Blonde. It's bleach blonde. Uh,
Not Cyndi Lauper.
no, 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 no. She's more current, like 2000s. Uh, anyway,
Okay.
uh,
I
I've
as you
ruined this part.
yes.
Ruined this. I've ruined this. Um, I can see her face. You don't
I'm
watch.
Googling it. Keep talking. I'm Googling
Yes,
it.
yes. You watch The Voice.
I don't, but I know of it.
Yeah, it's
So
she's
she was a judge?
yeah, she was a judge.
Okay, I'm gonna Google it.
Judge. And,
Blonde,
yeah, blonde judge.
not Gwen Stefani,
Not Gwen Stefani.
not Kelly Clarkson.
Not Kelly Clarkson. Not Miley Cyrus. Not
Let's go through all the people it's not. Not CeeLo Green.
you know what? No, it's not CeeLo Green. It's not. It's not.
Coach it.
Not Adam.
It's not Adam.
No, no,
Kelsey, I don't know. Kelsey Ballerini? I don't know who that
no,
is. Shakira?
no, not Shakira. But that,
Not, it's
you know
not.
what,
Oh,
that would be hot if she was. I think Shakira's hot, but
she is a very attractive person.
let's see here. See if I can do it first because I know who I'm looking for.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm looking for. Um,
I gotta do what I gotta do because I know, this is a long way to go for.
Miranda Lambert? No.
No, no, damn
Megan
it.
Trainor?
What's that?
Megan Trainor?
No.
I have this very big Excel sheet and it's very confusing and I need to get off of it. Wikipedia has a big like spreadsheet. But she was on for a whole season or like she was
Yeah, you would know her as soon as I say it's. She's yeah. Let's see.
I don't want
It's a long
Christina.
way to go for this.
No, now I'm so interested.
I've got to do this now. We're stuck. We've got to
I know.
figure this
Oh
out.
wait. She was a coach for a whole season or she was just like a mentor?
I think she coached for a whole season.
Okay. That's easier.
Watch, I probably am wrong, and um,
I hope it's I'm trying to think like I hope it's like Paula Abdul. Where we're like, no, not even close. Okay, I got Gwen. I got Shakira. We said no. Usher, no. Pharrell Williams, no. Alicia Keys, no. Not Miley. Not Kelly. Not John Legend. Oh, I ran out. My list. Wait, what kind of music does she sing?
oh, pop. She's totally pop.
It's not Meghan Trainor?
Not Britney Spears, but that's sort of that same. That's this is
Not Jessica Simpson? I don't think she was ever on The Voice.
no. Why can't I think of her name? Darn it! Here, wait. Let me see something here. I got to do it now. You know what? This is so annoying. This is
how my brain works, though, too. Like, if there's something I don't know.
Well, it's like we're stuck now with the show.
I know.
Stuck. It is stuck. We have to do this because now we've really bit into it. Because everybody's going to be.
I hope everyone enjoys the next 40 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
On separate devices. Taylor Swift?
No. Ooh. Yeah. Why won't
But
this?
it's a popular person?
Yes. Christina Aguilera.
I said that 3 times!
Did you really? No! I did not hear you say that.
I think because I assumed it wasn't because I thought you would know that. Maybe I didn't say it. Maybe in my head I was like, it's not this.
It will speak for itself. I could be a moron. I could. So it's Christina Aguilera.
Christina Aguilera.
In an airport.
Yeah.
And she had just done some award show, and she's actually from the Pittsburgh area. That's where I was living.
Huh.
Was flying back from New York, taking a change in Pittsburgh so she could spend a day or two there, and then going to LA. How do I know her itinerary? I don't know, but that's the only thing I can come up with.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I think this is question 6, by the way. So anyway, she's sitting next to me, 2 chairs away from me in the airport.
In the airport.
And there's people coming up, getting their picture. I have no idea who she is. It was just kind of like the last 20 minutes of what you and I were doing. I had no idea who she was. I didn't know. So it was like that last 10 minutes of the show. And people were coming up, getting their picture taken over. I didn't want to bug her or anything, but I kept looking over. And she's this little itty bitty woman. Woman with big boobs.
Yes.
And I don't mean, I'm not being mean by saying that. It's just that
she has big boobs.
She has big boobs. I mean, like somebody could say, I'm short. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
She's, but so that was the whole, that's it. But I tried to give her privacy. I didn't even look her way except like out of the corner of my eye.
Oh, that's nice.
I didn't know who it was.
Also, there's no like, in the Pittsburgh airport, there's not like a lounge she could have sat in.
You would think.
I would think you would not put yourself. I mean, for how long you have to sit in an airport?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like commercial.
Well, I don't know. I know it was her though, because people kept coming up and getting their picture taken, and then I saw her picture later because I was actually flying to LA. We were actually on the same flight.
Oh.
but she was in a first class.
Oh, yeah.
Was not.
Okay, okay.
And but we had a moment. We had a thing.
Got a thing?
Yeah.
Good. A
Yeah. So anyway. All right. Well, that was a long way to go for that.
That was a great question.
Woo! Woo! That was not a great response by me though. All right. So let me ask you this. Next question. This is question number 6, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
What would the title of the book of your life be? And what would the current title of the current chapter be?
Mm. Uh,
So this is
I
question 6 and 7. So we'll
yeah.
the title of the book and then the
Yep.
title of the current chapter.
Hmm. I think the title of the book, the current chapter would be This Sucks, because the last 6 months, like I'm used to, like, my husband and I like see each other on the weekends. We live together, but like we are always doing stuff. Like he does karaoke stuff, he does radio stuff. I'm like in 2 improv groups. Like we're never home. We're never home.
Right.
And so we finally settled into it a little bit, but like the first couple weeks were just like we would just like wander the house being like, what? Like what do we do? Like I don't know what to do. Um it's gotten better, but so I would say the title is This Sucks. And I think the title of my book would be I Told You I'd Get There.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, because I think like there's a lot of stuff that has happened in my life that when I was little I wanted to happen. It just didn't. It happened in a different timetable than I thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll get there eventually.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. See, the title of my book
Yeah.
something like "Holy shit, I have a law degree," and the I think the title of the current chapter is "Where did I put that?"
Oh,
Like, where did I put Christina Aguilera's name?
we're okay. I don't know. It wasn't in either of our heads.
Yeah.
I am going to I'm going to apologize before because now I don't think I said Christina Aguilera. But I don't think I said it. I literally saw her picture every time I was on something, and I just kept.
Oh, it could be Christina Aguilera. It could have been Megan Trainor or Kelly
That's what
Clarkson.
I know. I said Megan Trainor several times because I thought
You were like,
you
it has
thought it
to
was
be
her.
Megan Trainor. Oh,
Oops.
God. All right. Okay, let me ask you this. Have
Yeah.
you ever had a nightmare or a dream? We could call it a dream. Could be just a dream.
Yeah.
Where you had to perform in a play and didn't know your lines? And what play was it, if you were?
I have had that dream. I'm trying to think if there's been specific ones, but I like all I do is listen to musicals, so I have a lot of like musical inspired dreams.
Mhm.
Um,
You actually like have like where it's like you're doing some dialogue and then you break into a song, kind of like a full blown original musical dream, or are
I
you?
do that on a daily basis.
So you're not like dreaming like oh Calcutta or anything.
No, no, I have had dreams though, but I feel like my dreams are more like I've been an understudy. And I know I had a dream recently. I cannot remember what show it was, but it was a real life show. And I had a dream that I was an understudy and I was like, I got it. I'm fine. And then like something happened and they threw me in and I was like, I don't got it. I'm not fine. Like, and I think I woke up before anything happened, but I remember like I can like visualize. I remember being backstage and just like sitting there and then someone being like, you're on, and me being like, oh no, this is very bad.
I
Um,
I've had those kind of dreams once where I performed and it went really amazingly well. Even one time I performed naked and it went
oh,
well. So I think I'm actually going to try that in real life.
what was the production where you were naked?
It's usually there's 2 productions I'm always in.
Yeah.
It's Mousetrap, the Agatha Christie,
Yes.
and I usually play Christopher Wren.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
Bed, 4 posts to bed. And then I am sometimes it's Tony and Tina's wedding.
Oh, that's naked or just that's your dream?
Well, it was Mousetrap. I was naked in,
Okay.
and
But
but
you
yeah,
dream about
when
Tony and
I have
Tina's
dreams
also.
about plays or whatever shows, it's usually because I'm not counting Tony and Tina's as a play. It's an improv. You know,
Guidelines.
it's I don't know what it is. It's
An
interactive.
interactive. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe that's the word. I think the
Um,
word's interactive.
but those are the two that pop up often.
Yeah. See, and I don't do a lot of straight shows. And like the last, I think I was in a straight show in like 2014, and then I was in a straight show last fall. And I literally am like, after the second rehearsal, I'm like, oh, I have to say the same thing over again. And then I get really bored. And so I guess I just like, I don't do enough of it to like get in my head to like think to memorize. Cause I'm horrible at memorizing lines.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Horrible.
Oh yeah. Do you know? Do you want to know a little secret? Because you didn't mention this, but we did a sketch show together. Or
Yes, we did. Oh, I did have to memorize lines for that too.
and you know what? I had them behind.
Yeah, I said to I think everybody did. I knew most of them, but then I
Oh
was
yeah.
also in my head, I was like, we'll get it. Like if you say if you say Kate, get from point A to point B, we'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get there.
Well, I mean, it's funny because I mean, again, I think Nelson does a great job. Who's going to be appearing in the next episode, by the way.
Oh,
But so many things kind of changed at the last minute that I was just like, because in a couple of things, I actually memorized the wrong lines. I thought I was,
did you really?
yeah, but it's okay. I wasn't upset. I didn't,
No.
but I just like, oh shit. Oh well. But
Make it work.
it's just yeah. But so I had to put them all. I had them all up behind the camera.
I had them all sitting to the side.
Yeah,
I had most of them. I think I had 99% of them.
well, that's why I love watching you and Lisa do your two women sketch.
Oh yeah.
I could see, every once in a while, you guys would veer off. And they're just watching you guys get back to where you were. Awesome.
Let's bring it back home.
Great though. But that was a show where we eventually it just needed a lot of reps and we got it there. But it was good. It was
It
fun.
was good. But I think too, like it's this online world is so different. And
Right.
you don't feel as connected to anything. Like, and there's no blocking. Like that's the only way I memorize stuff is like hand down, step forward, blah, blah. Like I have to have something like that. So like when we didn't have blocking, you're like, I'm just standing here.
Right.
And then it was hard to memorize.
Right. Right. Well, I think also too, and this is to Nelson's credit, is he definitely pushes the technology
Oh yeah.
that is available. So kudos to him.
Yes.
All right. So this is where I don't know where we're going here. So
All right.
all right. So I think we're on number 9.
All right.
Okay. Do you like amusement park rides? And this is just
Yes.
okay. So I'm gonna ask you favorite amusement park ride then.
Any amusement park?
Any amusement park, anywhere. You don't even have to have been on it.
Oh,
You
okay.
can be like, hey, I've heard this is really cool.
I am a Disney freak.
Oh,
I've
okay.
not been in too long. My favorite Disney ride would probably be, oh God. I like the Haunted Mansion because it's
That's cool.
very theatrical.
Mhm.
I like the Tower of Terror because it's very theatrical.
Mhm.
Um, oh no, wait, did I say I like Haunted Mansion? I lied. I hate that ride. I meant Tower of Terror. Take it all back.
Oh.
Haunted Mansion, I was scared of until I was 13 years old. Tower of Terror is what I meant. I like Tower of Terror because it's how theatrical it is. But I think like my favorite ride, I went to Universal with my cousin in 2018, and the Jurassic Park is like one of my top 5 favorite movies ever. And so I literally went on that ride twice. They didn't make me get off the boat. I just stayed on the boat and went and did it again because it's like you're in Jurassic Park, and that's so cool.
I've never been on the one. I've been to Universal many times and Disney
Oh
World,
yeah,
but I've not been on that one. My
it's cool. I mean, yeah, go.
my favorite ride of all time is
Mhm.
at Disney World. It is the Great American Roller Coaster ride, the Rock and Roll Roller Coaster.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. That's a good one
The
too.
first time you ride it, you do not expect what's going to happen. Spoiler alert.
No,
It's not like your traditional start to a roller coaster.
no. And I remember when it first opened, I was like 10 or 11. And we used to go to Disney every summer because we had family in Florida. So we'd like visit them and then go to Disney. And I remember, spoiler alert, I won't say what it is, but you like walk out and see it.
Mhm.
Like, remember, like you leave the little room and you walk. And I remember, like, I was like, nope, and tried to leave. And my dad was like, you're doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, I remember the first time I went on Space Mountain, I was so scared.
Oh, yeah.
I was so, what if I die? It's gonna be, but it's just, it's a little bit of the hype, the fear of a roller coaster.
Oh, yeah. And if you look at, like, I'm also that person who like goes on deep dives in YouTube about Disney. Like, if you ever watch it with the lights on,
Mhm.
you're like, this is dumb. It's because the lights are off. Like, it's nothing. It's a nothing ride, but it's because the lights are off.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Because remember, the other thing is with Disney, it's sort of it's more, it's a theme park that has some rides.
Oh, I just answered that all wrong. I thought of the real answer.
But
I'm such an idiot.
there are no wrong answers.
No, those were the wrong answers. This is the right answer. Amusement park ride is the Jungle Cruise at Disney World because I am obsessed with it. I like could go back and kick myself for not saying that first. I remember because it is my favorite ride of all time. I used to know all the jokes. I love the bad joke telling. I love the fact that like people don't like it and like those people struggle through their life 80% of the time because no one's laughing at their jokes. Um, I have a picture of myself in front of it. I don't know when because I used to say I was going to work there. I wanted to do the Disney program several times, but then I specifically asked somebody about how you drive the Jungle Cruise, and it's not a job they give to the college people, so I didn't do it. But I was literally walking around my school like the third day of e-teaching, singing a song about how I was going to quit my job and work at Disney and drive the Jungle Cruise and make $15 an hour. Because like if someone came right now and was like, Kate, you can keep your same standard of living and you just have to drive the Jungle Cruise 40 hours a week, I would be 100% on board.
What if it was like 60 hours a week?
Probably. And I get to keep my same standard of living.
Everything else, but you have to work 60 hours a week.
What is that? 50 I would do.
50. So not
50 I would do. 60 is a lot.
You meet in the middle of 55.
I would do 5'10s. I do maybe 5'11s.
Five.
But that's what it would be, right? 55 is 5'11. But my parents and I, like, we all have a very similar sense of humor, and like we just think corny jokes are funny. And my favorite thing in the world is when I don't love bombing because I've bombed before and it can hurt, but I also love telling something that I think is very funny and getting nothing because then I can't stop laughing at it. So I do love like these people telling these jokes and then just nothing coming back at them.
Would you do 4 13 and a halves?
Is that 55? Did you do math really quick? If that's 55, then yeah.
This is the fun. I'll do 5'11s.
5'11s. Same standard of living, yes.
13 and a halves.
But yes, that's just erase the 7 minutes I talked about other rides that don't deserve my respect. It's the Jungle.
You know, the other ride I like is the Mummy ride at Universal. I love
Yeah, it was good.
And I think they got rid of it.
No, because when I went in 2018, I went one day right when they opened, and my cousin doesn't do roller coasters. So I ran to every roller coaster like at 8 o'clock in the morning so I didn't have to stand in line. That one was scary. Now, if I am like, I don't do haunted houses, I don't do scary.
Yeah.
And I know if I was like under the age of 15, that would have scared the bejesus out of me.
Yeah.
Because like, it was like creepy.
What I also like is little gag ending where you think it's over and it's not.
Yes.
So I thought, no, I like that. I like that.
That was a good one. I was impressed.
All right. When you were a kid, did you ever fantasize about being in an Olympic sport, and what Olympic sport were you not at all, not even into, never had
I sucked at sports my whole life. My father ran track through college. He's very athletic. He tried so hard. Like, I got put in soccer. I got put in softball. I was good in basketball because I was like this tall when I was in 5th grade. But I never connected with sports. I like the Olympics. Like I remember in 96 watching the gymnasts and being like, oh, that's really cool. But like never had a fantasy never.
Never.
I'm sorry to no but that question.
No, 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 no. It's sort of, it's sort of the thing that goes in. I think that for me, it's funny because my daughter always wanted. She plays tennis. She
Mhm.
just always wanted to play.
That's awesome.
Just even I remember when she was like 3 or 4, like getting a racket, and she would just wanted to do it. I tried to get her to do like acting and things like that.
Mm,
I even took her to some classes at Second City for kids
yeah.
to have, and did other acting things, and it just never took. It was just she's naturally outgoing and has some natural talent, and
Yeah.
very funny, but she just doesn't sing to her. Doesn't mean anything to her. But
Yeah.
she likes to play tennis. She likes that competitiveness.
You got to find your own thing.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
and once you find it, you know you found it. Like my parents, neither of them, my mom sang, and my parents both liked theater, but none of them have ever done any acting, any comedy, anything
Right.
like that. So like, you just find your own thing. But yeah, he tried so hard to get me in that corral, man. I used to have like t-shirt, like I used to have like when the Bulls were big was when I was like growing up. I used to have I had a Scottie Pippen jersey. I wish I still had somewhere. I had a Frank Thomas t-shirt. I had a Robin Ventura t-shirt. Like they tried very hard to make me a. I think my 8-year-old birthday party was themed sports.
Hmm.
They tried very hard, but it. I used to lie when I played softball and say I had a headache so I didn't have to play. Like we'd literally be in a game and they'd be like, Kate, go play left field. And I'd be like, I have a headache. And they'd be like, okay, don't. And then my parents would be like, why didn't you get put in? And I'd be like, because I told them I had a headache. And they're like, did you have a headache? And I'd be like, no.
Were you one of those quiet kids when you were before? Like before, I mean, you're outgoing now, but I could see you like when you're 10, like not really talking.
If I'm not in my element, I am very quiet. And like when it was sports, like when I would play stuff, yeah, I would just sit by myself and be like, please nobody talk to me or ask anything of me.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
Well, I played baseball as a kid, but most of that was I was fat, and but one I did play when I got thin, 1 year, that 1 year, in my junior year, between my junior and senior year, and you know, I remember when I was fat though, I was playing, and all the kids, they'd make fun of you. And
Hmm.
I remember once there was a kid I knew who was on the other team, and he was just a jerk. And I remember I got a hit, and I'm on first base, and I just said, fuck him. I was just so angry. Like I tried to steal second. I was out.
You didn't say that to him.
Oh, I said F.
No, no, but you didn't say that to the kid, did you,
No,
when you were a kid? Oh,
no, no.
like,
I
that'd
didn't.
be
Yeah, I'm sorry.
real.
I'm just that was just my anger. I didn't like
No,
that.
no, no. I just was going back and I was trying to think like you literally were like, I'm going to tell you this as a 12-year-old.
No, no, no,
That would
no,
have
no,
been
no. This kid, I didn't like him at all, and I said I'm gonna try to. I didn't have the coach's signal to.
Yeah.
I just I screwed up. It was the last out of the inning. I did everything wrong, and I still did it anyway because I was just like I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
I don't like you.
I I was a chubbier child also, and I still to this day do not run. If someone ever wants to murder me, you probably can really easy. I physically, this body does not know how to run. And I remember several times like getting, and like softball was a big deal in our town. Like our girls won the state championship, I think 3 years in a row when I was in high school.
Hmm.
Like it was a big deal. And so then they would have all these girls who knew what they were doing. And then it was like the four dum-dums who just got her parents signed them up. And I could hit if I at some point in my life I had enough hand-eye coordination to hit a ball. And I could hit it because I was bigger, like I would hit it far, but like I can't run. And I just remember like them all being like mad, or if I swung at something that wasn't good. And I do remember one time just out loud saying, like, I don't care. Like this, I don't care. Like, and then that's when I started lying about having a headache. So
But it worked.
thanks, Scott. Yeah, yeah, it worked.
Nobody like said, "Hey, should we get this kid over to get a neurological exam?
Nah,
She might be having an aneurysm."
nah. They were just like, just stay. We don't have to put Kate in the game. Thumbs up. Great.
All right, we're either on question 11 or 13.
All right.
Uh, where is the first place you look for something when you can't find it?
Um, I
This.
just did this behind like where my bed is. I have like a kind of a storagey thing next to it, and I always end up putting everything on that. It's like a like an IKEA cubey thing where you can store stuff,
It's called a
and
Christine Aguilera.
that's what it's called, Chandler. Um, and I always put stuff there, and it always falls behind. Like I couldn't find my Apple Watch, and I couldn't find something, and it always is behind that.
Always.
Not all, but I mean most of the time. That's probably the first place. Um, I also am not a good cleaner. Well, I don't like dirty stuff, but I have a lot of clutter. And so a lot of stuff that ends up in my car and never comes out of my car. So like I have found stuff just that I was like, I remember having in my car like 3 months ago. I'm like, oh, there it is. Yeah. How about you? Where's your like hiding space?
Oh, everywhere.
Okay.
I mean, see, that's like I asked my wife the same question.
Yeah.
Her answer was, I don't know how to answer that because it's everything should be in the right place. So, there's
Oh,
a place for the keys, a place for the pens, place for the
yeah.
watch. See, me, it could be anywhere. It could be, like take it off, it's there, and then I move on. I'm a
That's me with papers.
what's that?
That's me with
Oh,
papers. Like at school, like I'm bad at that where I'm like, how many times have I had to ask people? Thank God, like Google Drive now is the best thing in the world because I can search it. But like, there's been stuff that people have given me multiple copies of, and I'm just like, oh, I put it somewhere. Like, and I'm bad at that.
no, what? No, I meant to ask you some teacher questions, and I really
Yeah,
don't have a lot. This is question number 12. When you've been a teacher, what is the funniest question a kid? And this is not to put the kid or you on the spot. But
yeah.
what's the funniest like answer on a test that you've ever received, or anything that comes to mind about? Just something that you were just be like amazed, like how kids think. Like I remember once, like as an aside, my daughter, like I told her, you stand in that corner for 15 minutes, and she starts crying. She goes, I can't tell time.
Oh, poor buddy.
You know,
That's pretty funny.
so,
Um, I have some of like if these kids weren't funny, I wouldn't make it in teaching.
uh,
Like I have this year I have second, third, and fourth graders, but like third and fourth grade is like right when they start getting humor and right when they start getting sarcasm, but they're also very dramatic. So things are very important and they're very earnest. Um, and like on the daily, I have funny things. The one that's popping in my head right now is somehow we were talking about monkeys or gorillas or I don't know, whatever. And this kid turns to me and he's like, I have a question. I was like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, if we evolved from monkeys, why are there still monkeys? And I was like, oh, hell. I'm like, I don't know how to answer. I said, well, we didn't really evolve from them. And it's kind of a different process. He goes, oh, listen, but why are there still monkeys if we also exist? And I said, listen, we're not getting get into this debate right now. And he's like, you can't answer. I win. And like turned around. I was like, okay, whatever, dude. So they are so, but he was just like, he was not going to let it go. And that's what I was finding. Like,
that was
we have
Pastor Jones's kid, wasn't it?
it was, I was like, we're not doing this right now. Like, this is not a thing we're doing right now.
Yeah,
Um,
we're just wait till Miss DeVos is out, and then maybe.
yeah, let's wait a minute here. Like, or you call me like after June 1st and I'll tell you the real answer.
That's
But yeah, there's been lots of times I've had kids tell me that mommy takes the pill. Oh, the pills mommy takes to go to sleep. And I'm like, no, I don't know what that is. Um, you get told a lot of stuff. That's why I always tell people with kids, like, don't say anything in front of them. You don't want them to tell us because we will hear all of it.
Yeah, they're like little spies.
Yeah, they know everything. They cannot remember directions.
Uh-huh.
I said like put your name on paper, they can't remember it, but they will for sure remember what you said last February. Like if you're like one day when it's nice, we're gonna go outside and read. They'll be like on February 3rd at 2 p.m. You said on a nice day we would go read outside. Like they'll remember that. Then they'll be like, it's nice out. Like let's go.
Well, it's sort of like in Nazi Germany. They used to have neighbors telling on neighbors. They should just have the kids do it. Well, actually, they do.
Oh,
That's the
they will rat. These kids will rat you out. They will rat each other, and I feel bad because I know the kids that will rat the other kids out. I'm like, hey, buddy, come here. Be like, let me talk to you for a second, and they will rat. They will rat each other out in a second.
So you're like the warden. So you have some of the kids are like the guards,
Hmm.
and the other ones are all the prisoners.
Yeah. I always tell kids like my favorite line is I say something and then I say, I already know the answer. And then half the time I do because I got someone to rat on them. And then half the time I don't. Like if I say like, why'd you throw the pencil? I didn't throw the pencil. I already know you did. Why'd you throw the pencil? Then they'll be like, well, because so either I know they did because someone told me, or I'm just taking a shot in the dark.
Uh-huh.
But it always works.
That's sort of like whenever my daughter was 3, she
Hmm.
was in daycare, and my wife, she was Milena is our daughter, and she wanted to raise, we only have one, and she wanted to be really good about being a parent, so she wouldn't let her have the Pop-Tart that they would give, that we had to bring our own, or she got to have Cheerios, and the boring Cheerios, not even the frost.
Ah, regular Cheerios.
So one time I brought her in late, which I often did,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Hmm.
to daycare because I would do the drop off,
Yeah.
and they were giving out food, and they would give each kid a half a Pop-Tart, and
Hmm.
they were just. I said, "I'll give her a half a Pop-Tart. It's okay. You have my authority. Fine,
Yeah.
whatever." So they give her a Pop-Tart. Well, that kid. When mom goes to pick her up, she's like doing the I had a half a Pop-Tart dance.
Oh, she had that lined up from
Oh
the
yeah,
second she saw that Pop Tart coming.
yeah. And then she ratted me out as soon as she saw her mom. I had
Uh,
a half Pop Tart today. I had a half Pop Tart today.
They know how to do that. And like I'm a co-teacher, so like I go into 3 different classrooms and co-teach. I don't have my own kids.
Yeah.
So
You have
we
to
always
tag in.
what? I'm sorry.
Like, do you tag in like in
We
wrestling?
sometimes tag in. But a lot of times like I'll go in and that's when we'll do like a whole lesson together and we'll split into groups. And I always talk about like we're the parents, you can't don't play us against each other.
Yeah.
And I have kids all the time who'll come over and ask me to go to the bathroom and I'll be like, nah, like you just went to the bathroom, sit down. And I've had kids walk across, like I'll be at a table working, they'll ask me no, I won't see them. They'll go to the other teacher and say yes, and then I'll see them going at the door. And how many times I've literally stood up and go, where are you going? And they'll be like, she said I could go to the bathroom. And then the other one will look at me, did you say no? And then we have like, wait, did you say yes? Did you say no? And then I'm like, sit down. And I've had so many conversations like, we are not playing. You ain't splitting this up.
Hmm.
No, no, no. Don't try.
Well, that's good. I guess you can't do that. See, I myself would be like, oh, darn, you should have a signal like,
I know. I've chased kids out of doors before being like, where are you going?
you are doing your life's work.
Yeah.
All right, we're almost. This is question 13.
All right.
All right, this is going to be an improv-based question.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, you ready? What
Yeah.
is your favorite improv game? And for those people, I assume people knew what teaching was, so I didn't feel like we need to explain that.
You don't
But
need to explain
improv
teaching.
is not stand-up.
Correct.
Improv
No,
is
stand up is scary.
well, no, it's different. It's the
I
stand-up would just be it's some person telling jokes. Improv is about creating a scene that hopefully is humorous.
and improv stand up is also you live by yourself and you die by yourself. Like I could never do that. Like if I'm gonna go down in a blaze of glory, that's fine, but I want 3 or 4 other people going with me. Like I could never. Oof.
But I think that it's sort of like the difference between comic book collecting and Dungeons and Dragons. Comic book collecting is kind of a singular thing, like because you read
Oh,
comic books, you buy them by yourself. It's sort of like it's all about me. But Dungeons and Dragons and role playing, it's about a group. You always see a group of people.
that's true. That's a good analogy.
Improv.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yes.
so again, I just I each is their own form of entertainment,
Mhm.
art, whatever you want to call it.
I love watching stand up. I think that's super impressive. It's just not a thing that I care to do.
But from your experience,
Yes.
you do improv. You've done it for over 10 years, 15.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite game? Zip Zap
Um,
Stop does not count.
Zip Zap Zop. I just want a 40-minute set of Zip Zap Zop. Um,
Imagine.
my favorite all-time game is 185. Like I love silly punny games. I also like I did comedy sports was like my first training ever with short form.
Right.
And I mean there they very much ingrained to you like go to the don't go to the least common denominator, like play up, play smart. You don't have to, say bad words or say we're the difference between like it's not a family show but it's family friendly. Like and I always think it's so much harder to get that laugh when you're playing smarter. And I think 185 is gives you that way, like that chance to like use vocabulary words and use puns and use wordplay. My favorite thing in 185 is to go up and set up a very complicated one. Nobody get it. I step back. Somebody else goes and tells a joke. They get a laugh. I go back and say, the reason you didn't laugh is, and then I explain the 185. And then people kick me off the stage. That's my favorite. Like, let me explain why that's funny. And then I usually get like pushed off.
I think for me, I always like the games that are like, where characters are instructors, like either an interview game, like, or some expert game. You have like an expert and experts answering questions.
Oh, I do like
I
those
always
too.
like
Yeah.
those kind of games. But if I were to say my favorite game, I don't know what comes to mind is more like Foursquared, where you
I love Foursquare.
can and anything can happen. And I don't necessarily believe that they should all tie together, but I do like Foursquare. I think that's probably one of my favorites.
That's a good one too. And I do like, I mean, going from opposites, 185 to Foursquare, two way opposite things. But I do love scene games. And I love when they're just good scenes. Like, even if they're not funny, like, there's nothing more impressive than a Foursquare when you have like four legit good scenes and good relationships and moving. Like, it's so good to see that.
Do you think though that when there's those type of scenes that I mean, because a lot of what I do, and this is Nelson again, is doing bar prov more than improv.
Yeah.
It's really hard to do like a scene about like two a young fellow coming of age in
Yeah.
Victorian England. It's
Yeah.
they're like, hey, when's the chick gonna do something?
Yes. Bar prov is its own beast.
Exactly. So anyway, that's 13 questions. We did it.
Yay.
Now it's time for you to ask me a question.
I got a good one.
Okay.
So I was thinking the other day I was in the store and you know how they have now the arrows on the store and no one pays attention to them. And I was very upset. And I said, I wish people could just follow social norms because people cannot follow social norms. So my question to you is what social just norm, like just a thing that people should do out of the decency of their heart, would you want to make an actual law? So like my example would be people walking, you walk on the right side when you walk. Up and down stairs, in hallways, whatever, you walk on the right. That's a social norm, but I would like it to be an actual law. What would be yours?
I would like it to be a law that when you're at a counter that doesn't have a line,
Yeah.
people still remain in a line.
Yeah.
Where and this happened a lot at convenience stores, where it's sort of like a free for all.
Yeah.
And so I think that, or sometimes you have it where there's like, it's kind of questionable whether there's two lines or three or one, or two or one. And I just wish that people would just pay attention and
Yes.
just not be rude about it.
I like that's a good one.
And you know what? I think they should throw them out of the store. Like, you know what? Nothing made me happier than about a couple weeks ago, somebody tried to go into a convenience store without a mask on. Again, whether I believe in masks or not is irrelevant to the story. But there was a rule says you have to have a mask to get into the store. That was the store had a rule. It was the rule in that county where this happened.
The rule's the rule.
It was the rule. And the guy got irate and whatever, and eventually the employee just caved. But I think it's just sort of been, again, what I probably, personally, politically, that's different than this issue. That is the law or the rule or whatever.
Yes.
The store can say, hey, we're not going to serve you without this.
Yeah.
You don't have shoes, no shirt, no service.
That's exactly. You can't walk into Denny. Well, I mean Denny's maybe, but you can't walk into like a Target without a shirt on and without shoes on. They're
Well,
gonna
I've
say
tried.
get out.
That's true. That is correct.
Yeah, they'll get you. No, I agree. Just
You beat
if
you hard though.
but like if a poor 19-year-old who is making $11 an hour, why are we making their lives hard? The rule is to wear a mask. Don't make this kid's life like why are we making their lives hard? Just do it.
Right. Right. No. So
Do
I
it.
mean, again, I'm all for the, if that's the rule, that's the rule. I don't have like an entitlement to go into that store.
Yeah.
I can say I don't want to serve you. Just
Yeah.
as Facebook can say, hey, we don't want that comment here. We don't,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, because it's their thing. They
Yes.
kick people off.
Yes.
And fine, okay, well, this store can, but this whole like, it just does bug me. So yeah, I think that's a good question. I
Oh,
think
good.
I'll have to think about that some more though, because the thing is, I just think that people they just don't think enough of what they're doing. And I know there's better examples because
No, that's a good one. It is hard, like, because I was thinking about it too as I was going to ask you. I'm like, there's probably like 20 other ones I would pick
Right.
before that, right? But like, yeah, just there's so many things where you're like, you just assume everybody knows to do that to make life easier for everybody else.
right.
But then there's the few who don't, and you're like, dude,
You know what? We see this all the time. It's another line jumping thing when you're driving a car and it's going from 2 lanes to one.
yeah,
And somebody, okay, granted, you can pull up to a certain distance and you can pull in, let them in. That's fine. But
yeah.
don't speed up past 5
Oh.
cars and then come over because you think you are in more of a hurry than I am.
Exactly. Or like when they have to merge over, my rule is I let one person in. If we all let one person in, everybody goes. I hate when I let one person in and then 2 other ones sneak in too.
Right. Right.
Mm.
Right. Well, I noticed that more, and not that it doesn't happen in Indiana, but more in the highway driving from Indiana to Illinois.
Oh yeah.
It's sort of like it's a much more aggressive. It's just not more people.
Yeah.
So there you have it. So that was it. I hope I answered it right.
Yay. Those are good. Yeah.
Well, good. I hope. Well, we're gonna keep doing this, and we'll have you back.
Yeah.
You did great.
Oh, thanks.
It's sort of it's one of those things where I know there's no prizes, but still we had fun, and that's the prize
Good.
in of itself.
It is.
That's the prize that we can all join together. So thank you again, and this is my outro music. Thank you, Kate. Thank you again.
Bye.
Outro music by Charlie Fleming. Thank you. He's coming up on an episode coming up. We got more people coming up, lining up to do 13 and 1. Great show. Thanks and have a good evening.
Bye.